Oddysee was one of the ones that's in the Classics catalogue. You can buy what is in the Classics catalogue even if you are on the standard plan. You can even buy it if you're not subscribed to PlayStation Plus at all, to my knowledge. It's cheaper if you're on PlayStation Plus in general, but you can get it regardless. So I tried out the premium setup. I've got the next renewal to take me back down to the standard version of PlayStation Plus, but I get to hold on to this because I also outright purchased it, along with Karushi, Toy Story 2, and Ape Escape. That last one was important because we've had Ape Escape 2 on PlayStation Network for years, and Ape Escape 1 has not had a digital release ever. So that was a big deal to me, but I get to hold on to this. I get to hold on to this once the PS Plus renewal time comes around, because I bought it outright, and I think it only cost me, it was minuscule. It's the same price that is on GOG. I think it's only about $3.99. Stupidly cheap. Well, one, it's got the loading screen from Abegogo. That made me smile. I liked that. I liked that a lot. But according to the download for it, got the wrong background. I want that one. According to PlayStation Network and PS Plus, this is using an emulated version of the PAL version, i.e. the very same game that I've got in this box right here. It does have a couple of nifty features that I think, if I hit share, they pop up? No. If I do that one, okay. It has a rewind built in, it has load and save, and it has settings change. Yeah. Very minor changes of things, but it puts the start and select buttons in the corners of the touchpad at the top, so that you can use options to still pause the game and share to still do the share functions, which is kind of cool. I believe that's the case with a lot of the Classics catalog. So I figured, while I'm practicing, I might as well do that here as well. I am going to try doing the PC version more from this point onwards, but like, I still have my PlayStation plugged in from when I did the New and Tasty stream, and I've got to rack up the hours eventually. So, a little bit of buffering, but okay. All good. I will drop the volume just down to 30. There we go. That should be better. I've been finding tuning the volumes on stuff, and now the only thing I need to worry about is my source audio, which is really good. Okay. One Life Run. What month is it? August. Code is... Hello. Long whistle. That's the fart. I need hello, long whistle, short whistle, hop, fart. There we go. Okay. So, it's going to be a little bit slower than some of my other runs, because again, it's the PAL version. But otherwise, none too different from there. And to be fair, I actually think Abe's Oddysee is one of the games that needs some of the most practice, because we're now at a point where we're splitting hairs on how I can improve a run of Abe's Oddysee.
Okay.
And a 1, and a 2.
Okay. Wait. Okay.
Okay, so I want to grab you.
Okay. Okay.
And down we go. Awesome. Alrighty.
Okay.
street. Abe, that's not where the debris is. Over here. Yeah, apologies for that buffering, especially if it's happening on my end. OBS's signal has gone completely red for me. It says that I've dropped about 28% frames, and there is legitimately nothing I can do on my end at the moment, sadly. So I'm hoping it's just a blip, and I'm hoping it'll get better. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Because anything I try and fiddle with is going to just cut the stream. And I'm not really in the mood to play with that fire at the moment. So let's just creep our way across. And just keep going. But yeah, there was one other reason why I wanted to give the PS Plus version of Abe's Oddysee a try, and that was mostly because a couple of times I've asked what the preferred standard version of Abe's Oddysee is for speedruns. And usually the main answer I get is the PC version because loading times are consistent, and basically regardless of what machine it performs on, it's going to be much of the same.
Wait. Okay.
And I'd been wondering if this version, because it takes out loading times and machine performance, if that would balance that out.
Okay.
Because it's effectively being emulated, which means it's running off artificial timing, effectively. Here's the problem. It's running the PAL version.
Okay.
And the PAL version is inherently slower than the NTSC and Japanese versions, which means it once again has the same problem from before, which is that, yes, you don't have the hardware limitations, but you're running with a version of the game that is inherently slower. Yeah, well said, background sound effects. So unfortunately, there is no way for this to be the ideal way to speedrun it. Now, one thing I haven't confirmed, though, is whether or not it's the PAL version for everybody. It doesn't give you an option to download a different version of the game. I remember reading that on, I think, PlayStation 3, you had the option to either get... Oh, Senan Hunt, thank you for following. Much appreciated. Thank you for tuning into this Oddworld of Oddworld from the land down under and the playing of the Mudokons. Mostly just playing through Abe's Oddysee tonight and then chanting after the bird portal's gone. Howdy, Retro Hitch. Thank you for tuning in. Very much appreciate you stopping by. Playing some Abe's Oddysee, which I make an effort to do as a monthly thing. Mostly to see how far I can get without quick saving and without dying once. And mostly because I friggin' love this game. And I can't help myself. Da 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 da. That was not timed well enough to avoid falling over, but it didn't change anything. Okay. Hopefully, I'm hoping we can have a relatively painless run. Touch wood. But won't know for sure until we start getting to the end of the Zulug and to the Stockyards. That's where we started running into problems the last time. So that'll be the telltale sign. Also, OBS, could you please cooperate? See you jittering in the corner there, and I'm getting worried. But yeah, thank you again for the follow there, Senan. Much appreciated. Not sure what your time zone is like for me here. Down here, it is 9:15 in the evening on a Monday in Melbourne, Victoria, and Australia. And I'm going to be doing this for about 3 hours tonight, give or take. We'll see how we go. And yeah, definitely, I will say one thing I do prefer about doing these runs with Abe's Oddysee is that I can consistently get the timing of the saws.
Okay.
Thank goodness for quick save in new and tasty because I hate the saws.
Okay. Wait.
And to think, I want to try and speedrun one of these games at some point. I am not ready.
Hello. Follow me. Okay.
Ooh, you have a challenge to stream this? Excellent! Highly recommend, always.
Follow me.
I first played this when I was...
Wait. Okay.
Ooh, fair enough. Now, question. Does that challenge come with playing Abe's Exodus afterwards? That's my question. See if I can get the timing right here when they turn around. Come on, guys. Go, go, go. Ah, no. Dang it. Oh! Okay, apparently the game thought that it saved one of them. Question of the crowd. We saw chunklets of 2 Mudokons go flying off into the ether. Do we want to count that based on the screen, or do we want to just say they're both casualties? Because, the game is pretty convinced I saved one of them. And, I don't know, maybe I actually did, but I am not too convinced. I'm just gonna go with what the game's telling me at this point. That shit. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. But the aim of a challenge like this, of doing it like 1 life, no quick save, none of that nonsense, is specifically to just wear those and keep going. And see if I can balance it out with more escapees later on. Honestly, the main goal more than anything is just to actually get back to Paramonia. That's my current ballpark. Touch wood, once again. I really don't want to jinx myself. I'd like to keep the challenge going as long as possible. But yeah, that is awesome that you've been challenged to play this. I highly recommend it every time. One is enough for now. Fair enough. Like, there are a lot of great quality of life changes, not only in Abe's Exodus, but also in the reimagining new and tasty. Yes, it does increase the number of Mudokons from 99 to 300, but the quality of life changes make it so much more accessible, and I will always shill Oddworld. I cannot help it. I've been playing these games since I was 7. That's 23 years of shilling these games. I can't help it. They are classic. They are absolutely classic. Okay, now for things to go. Let's see. But yeah, let me know when you're streaming it, because I will definitely, if I can't make it, I'll definitely host and I will spam all of the promotions. You saw single chunks, not plural. Okay, we'll roll with it. The eyes in the chat have said only 1 Mudokon died. That's good enough for me. Well, that was a crock of chocolate pudding. That's fine, we can work with this. Oh. Not taking any chances. Thank you. Gosh dang. Now, can I abuse the AI of the sling? Perfect. See, for everything that I have noticed with the PAL and NTSC versions of the game, because the game is slower, it makes abusing that trick that I just showed you there easier in the European releases. I don't know what it is, but you can abuse the timing of it slightly better. Can you tell I've been playing this game for over 20 years?
Okay.
Oh, that was... Well, that was dumb and a half. That'll be the best. There we go. Be good if I brought the bird portal back? That'd be a great idea. That'd be a great idea. And a 1, 2, 3. Okay. So we deal with that one casualty and we press on. We press on. Okay. Meat room. Okay. Cool beans. Lovely. Okay.
Hello, follow me. Okay.
How do NTSC timing is a massive gameplay failure in some of these games. Yeah, it's interesting because, to my understanding, especially based off New and Tasty, the soundtrack bases its timing, especially of the music, on the NTSC version. So that's considered the default. And I'm from PAL and I always go NTSC. It's interesting because there are some games that I own, even in that PlayStation selection there, that have physical aesthetic and layout differences compared to their NTSC counterparts. Best example is Spyro, because of the different music you get in the high caves, and also every dragon in the high caves is a different color to how it is in the US version. As I found out, because I actually did a race with one of my mates in America of of Spyro 1 about what? I'd be going back 8... Oh no! Alright, well the challenge is over now. How long ago was that? That was, 8 years ago. And everything in the high caves was just different for the both of us. So that's the point where the challenge is over. But I'm playing Abe's Oddysee, so I'm gonna keep playing. Regardless, that's my final score is sitting at 15-1. There was... But I love Abe so much, so I can't help myself.
Hello, follow me. Okay.
It's difficult. I set this challenge as a regular thing that I do every month, and yet...
Wait. Okay.
Not only do I talk a lot, but I talk with my hands. The Italian blood in me. Which unfortunately does lead to me getting distracted sometimes, but it just, I can't help but gush about these kinds of games and also talk with the chat. I cannot help it. And I love when chat is engaged with this kind of stuff. I tend to go Japan and everything I can, because mostly for the speed borders, also for the censorship, but yes, slight color changes even different music. You know, funnily enough, normally when I do this challenge, I default to doing every version of an Oddworld game that I do these challenges with in Japanese. Why did I increase the score? I'm not. If you want to play PAL Mega Drive, no. If you want to cry, you play PAL Mega Drive original hardware Kid Chameleon. Because the worst part about that is not only does Kid Chameleon play slower, but so does the music. We can't leave with 28 escapees, unfortunately, but we can at least get the other 3 before we go. And now that I'm not focusing on the challenge anymore, not so much that it means I can be reckless, but it gives me time to practice some of the other problem spots. And I'm now at a stage where I can consistently, during this challenge, reliably do the first third of the game, which is a nice feeling. I am not at a stage yet where I'm ready to do those secret passages in Paramonia on a 1 life run. Just no. It is. Nerd's got a nerd. Bring back my lift, please! Thank you. Now, can I pull it off when it comes back down? Let's see if I can pull it off. Dang! I am in stubborn mode now. I'll give it at least one more shot. Ah, dang it. Yeah, that's the sign that I'm... No, yeah. Still going. Okay, that's funny. Well, it's a good thing that they're actually here, because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to get out. Okay. Now, enough mooking about. Let's just... Oh, dearie me. See, I'm going to rage a lot when I play this. Haven't played him... Yeah. There we go! Figured I had to die before I pulled it off. Playing an Oddworld game, especially if you're so used to it from your childhood, it's like putting on an old glove. There's just something about it that fits. I think the main cause of rage playing through Abe's Oddysee will probably be from... I don't really know if the lack of a quick save would be the cause for it, or if it's just... the panic. The panic from running away from things, i.e. the very next thing we have to do. I feel more confident to actually factor it into the run now. But hilariously, there are people I know who've played this game even longer than I have. Oh wait, what am I saying longer than I have? We've been playing it since the same release, yeah.
Okay.
But like, practicing it in a speedrun context for longer than I have, who've never seen this trick. So... that trick!
Hello, follow me. Okay.
Much like I was able to abuse GameSpeak to make the Slig walk into the landmine, if I can chant at the right time, I can stop the Scrab from ever actually jumping, and he just falls in the hole. Which is part of the reason why I'm going so slowly now, because... I don't really want to die on my victory lap. I don't want to die on my victory lap. That's just... I'm not in the mood for that nonsense. Golly though. For as comfortable as I get with Abe's Oddysee though, don't ever put me down in front of a copy of Prince of Persia. I cannot play that game with anywhere near as much finesse. It's been pretty wet and cold down here. As I probably mentioned both this stream and last stream, we had a bucket ton of hail. That was fun. Turns out the hail was a masked near pierced tire of mine. That was fun to discover. Now for what many consider the worst secret passage in the game. I personally would give that to, the one in Paramonian Temple. Personally, I find that one a lot more frustrating than this one. Granted, if we're talking about new and tasty as well, 3 more months and I'm skiing, of course! Northern Hemisphere, different seasons, makes sense. Ah! Excuse me? Game! I was right outside the secret passage, that's the next checkpoint. What are you going on about? It is one of the simpler things on my bucket list. To go to the snow. And possibly ski. Or snowboard into a tree. Whichever happens first. We'll see how it goes. There we go.
Hello. Hello. Okay. Wait. Okay.
Down we go. Come on, sit down. There we go. Oh no! Game speak. They interrupt each other and they do not leave the screen. It is one of the dumbest things in the world, and yet it is oddly nostalgic. Right, now that I've taken care of the problem, please exit the premises. There we go. Lovely. I wonder...
Follow me, follow me, follow me, follow me, follow me, follow me.
I mean, I didn't have to, but I'm glad it happened. So I found this one. This one I've had the most trouble with when I've been streaming. Annoyingly. Nothing. There we go. It did also low-key help that the slig was just aiming at nothing.
I don't know.
Okay, so I can rescue those two, and then I'll come back and deal with the landmines. Okay, good. Good. Because that interaction there, would you believe, doing one of these runs, one time when I was streaming, the slig walked into that bomb, and then I had a controller error, and the game froze saying it couldn't detect a controller. That stung so much. Fury does not even begin to describe. I didn't do anything wrong, the game just went, what? You don't have a controller, goodbye. Yeah. I've been changing it up this month with the order. Normally I do Abe's Exodus, then Abe's Oddysee, and then New and Tasty. But this month I'm doing it backwards. Which means next week... 29th, yeah. So next week I'll be doing Abe's Exodus. And that is actually deceptively probably the hardest one to do as a one life run. Because Abe's Oddysee never had quick save. New and Tasty, you can play it without using quick save, but it gets very tense, and you have to really choose what puzzles are worth doing without it. The challenge ended when I walked into the meat saw about halfway through Zulag 1, unfortunately. Now I'm just practicing for the areas that I'm very rusty with. I feel like everything moves slower on PlayStation, which I grew up with, but I learnt PC for speedrunning. Yeah, well that's the thing is that I'm pretty sure the current speedrunning records are actually done with the PC version. But that means not only one, getting more familiar with a slightly different version of the game, and two, adapting to a control scheme where my game speak is using the number buttons. That's intimidating to say the least. A lot of the strats don't work on PlayStation that work with PC. Thank you for subbing, nothing special, much appreciated. And thank you for tuning in as well. And I completely agree, like, that's the thing is, some strategies that work really well for the PC version and PlayStation vice versa, like, they don't work in the opposites. Namely, one of the ones that I am quite fond of in the PlayStation version is abusing the timing of game speak to interrupt each other. I.e., if you can time game speak just right, you can get a Slig stuck in a walking loop and then he walks off a ledge. Currently aiming for a sub 38 time on any percent. Honestly, for me, the most daunting thing with a speedrun of Abe's Oddysee is learning the strategies for time saving. Because I love these games, but I love being patient with them. It's a mixture of nostalgia and stubbornness. It's the same muscle memory of being so used to seeing David Tennant as the Doctor that I took forever to warm up to Matt Smith. I need to give the controls a chance in the PC version. It's as simple as that. So probably starting from next month, I'm going to be doing all of the versions on PC just because it's going to be easier. Funnily enough, these last two secret passages here in Abe's Oddysee, I have tried doing them during a One Life Run challenge for New and Tasty, and every time I have done them, something has gone profoundly wrong. Namely, the game has bugged on me, and the slogs have been ready for me, and I have died in a horrible, horrible way. How are we doing time-wise? I've only been going for an hour. That's actually kind of nice. New and Tasty feels more unpredictable. And you know, while it makes doing these challenges harder, in terms of a choice between New and Tasty and Abe's Oddysee, New and Tasty is my favorite game. Point blank period. It just is. Mostly because I haven't played Soulstorm yet, so I don't know if it's about to be dethroned. And I also haven't played Final Fantasy VII Remake yet, so I don't know if that will dethrone it either. Yeah, it made up most of my streams for 2021, actually. Most of it was just Zool, Redimensioned, Munch's Oddysee, and Jedi Fallen Order. Yeah, those were the three main games I was playing during last year, were those three games. The music is so peaceful and the game is still trying to kill you. I don't like my games gaslighting me, that's not nice. Yeah, if I can get this right. Doo-doo. Doo-doo. Diddle-dee-dee. Doo-doo.
Okay.
Okay, and then... Oh, hello! No, if you walk the wrong way when you do it, he'll kill you immediately, but you can do it. So there's that, I suppose. It's Monday. You know what that means? We're having... Oh, for goodness. Oh, I can't take you to anywhere. Hey, Cosmo. Hey, Polo. Thank you for tuning in. Great to have you here. How are you guys doing? Oh, Cosmo, I thought you were napping. I didn't expect you to pop in tonight. TOS, Cosmo. I don't think I could do that. And I'm timing you out for 5 minutes for that. And also, you were having way too much fun. And now we hit the directional buttons. Hi. 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 I'm back. Wait. Where'd you... I'm back! Okay. Now to hopefully not die immediately. Good. And preferably not immediately after this. Alright, note to self, don't get too jump happy. Note to self, note to self, note to self. Okay, cool. I half expect them to take the abbreviation of a saxophone and treat it as a cuss word. Twitch just seem to be weird like that sometimes. Whoops. Unlike hot tub streamers who actually... Yeah, that one still puzzles me. The New and Tasty speedrun scene is quite small, so I don't know. Maybe that would give me a nice avenue to go into. That could be fun. Point being, 100% deathless... Well, I mean, that's the end goal. But if nothing special's conversation from earlier is anything to go by, a lot of people who are sitting at the top end of the leaderboard at the moment are sitting with sub 38-minute times. Even in New and Tasty, my best time is 2:56. There's 2 hours and 56 minutes. No, 2:46. 2:46. So the end goal was having saxophone. No. No, you're thinking of the second world in Rayman. Also, Mr. Sax talks. Trial 1, not too bad. Actually, what is Trial 2? Does Trial 2 have the swinging rocks, or does Trial 3? I'll work it out when I get there. With how methodical some of these areas are, that completely blows my mind. I'm gonna have to see the current world records to get an idea of how and the what and the why. Because if I was just to play the game as is normally, I doubt I would be able to do anything so, like, I'd be sitting at what, maybe... I could probably manage an hour and 20, but I don't think I could do sub 40. I don't think I'm at that stage yet. I might be wrong. I might actually be very wrong. My perception of time, especially with the timeout that I gave Cosmo before, has been very wonky. Thankfully, this one's a lot easier to initialize than New and Tasty's. Oh, yuck. Trying to get this one running in New and Tasty was a pain. But the sligs are not the problem. And technically, the paramites aren't even the problem either. The problem is the bats.
One pair of pants later.
No. Oh, they just make me so nervous, and they just make the hairs on the back of my neck stand on end, and I get very anxious about it. And especially for a one life run, they are a run killer. Yep, so if I go like that. Okay, we're getting somewhere. You come over here, little fella. Okay, no. That was right. That was the right decision. Ah, no. Oh, no. Pleasant music. No hissing. Interesting. Well, that wasn't working. And then we go like that. Thank you. I didn't get the bell song. This is probably my least favorite screen in the whole game. I dread this screen so much. Like, immeasurably. Sure, I'll take it. Okay, cool. Yep. Really, game? Come on. Ah, the bats. Oh, the bats. Okay. There we go. Huh. If anyone tuned into my New and Tasty stream 2 weeks ago, you will have seen much panicking and much dying to those bats every 5 to 15 seconds. The timing with them is just garbage. I need a lot of practice with New and Tasty and better understanding the timing of certain things, especially the bats. So, the one thing that will help me better understand the game is stuff like that, and that's part of the reason why I want to look at speedrunning for that exact purpose. Okay. No. dang it! Ah! It got the Paramites, it just wasn't... Oh! I'm gonna change where I put Abe
Wait.
when I open the bird portal.
Hello. Hello. Follow me.
And this time I'm going to get rid of that last backtrack. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put Abe all the way in the corner. It seems so simple when you really think about it, but that's a good thing. I'm feeling a lot better about the swinging balls than I did before. However, please don't take that out of context. I'm feeling a lot better about Paramonian Temple than I was before, and that's actually kind of insane. I was expecting it to be terrifying, because I have no idea how Scrabania is going to go, because I default to doing Paramonia because I naturally find it easier to deal with in my own casual playthroughs. I wouldn't necessarily say I've just made the secret passage easier for myself, but I understand it better than I used to. Done the flintlock, I've got the bell song, we're good to go. I was worried that the ball bearing wasn't going to move and that I just had completely forgot about the bell tune. I was very nervous for a second there. I don't know, maybe I just need more practice with New and Tasty, to be honest. But then thinking about how much faster the PC and NTSC versions are, imagine where I could be if the game was going a bit faster. That'd be pretty insane to see. So I'm hoping, if I can just get a bit better at the PC version, that we can see something like that happen. No! That did not go the way I hoped it would. That's better. Okay. It's good. I have to remind myself it's not Oddworld Adventures where you need to wait for the Paramites first. Which threw me off the first time. My goodness, that was terrifying when I did that. Okay. Good. Yeah, let's not fall into the pit into our demise, if we can avoid it. I think we can do Scrabania. Easily. Well, I don't think we can do Scrabania easily. I think the only thing that's really going to eat into that is, again, the time of the game speed. It is just so insane thinking about how much that changes the game speed. It's blowing my mind. And we'll imagine them that way and then we'll all be happy. Okay, let's keep going.
Follow me, 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 follow me.
Cool, let's keep going. Lovely. I do have a very distinct memory of one time I possessed the Sleeg and got him to fall down here, and he missed the landmine. And he landed in front of the well. And then Ellum came in, and then I took ages to get down, and Ellum just walked to the well and blew himself up. I don't remember exactly where I put Abe to make that happen, but I remember just being like, yeah, I hit the Ellum bell, this, that, and the other thing, and then I just heard an explosion. I thought, what? Did I kill my steed?
Okay.
No, he's the gassy steed, because he approves of my farts. But if you go back out, I'll actually show you. I won't talk about it, I'll actually show you, because the game will let me do that. The main thing is, that screen transition is actually a checkpoint. So if you jump back and then you die, Ellum is checkpointed to the next area, and you're checkpointed to here. So it actually puts the two of you in two different areas.
Hello. Hello. Okay.
And the way you can tell is because the game is still playing the tension music as if you were still on the same screen as the moving bombs. So the game thinks that you are in the area with those moving bombs, meaning you've already gone past that checkpoint flag. This is fun. This is fun. I like this. You can go past the checkpoint flag again and bring the soul ring with you, because the game's already memorized you being here, and you can bypass it, except for the fact that then you blow yourself up like a goose. But every time you take a soul ring through a checkpoint flag like that, it does that. The reverse effect it has is that by going back to get the soul ring, it reset my checkpoint to the start of this area, whereas normally I'd respawn where the moving bombs are.
Hello. Hello.
Ah, sorry. Yep. And I'll do that there too. Perfect. That's what I want. So the main reason I'm making a save there is because the next section on my physical copy, so there's a weird glitch that sometimes happens in Abe's Oddysee where certain things will cause the game to freeze. And one of them is the beehive. So I always like to save before I get to this beehive, because sometimes it just crashes the game. The other one that is a problem is when we get to RuptureFarms. RuptureFarms 2, so the return. The pull rings that are like the one in the first area of Zulug 1 don't spawn in. Yes, RuptureFarms 2 electric. Well, I mean, you go in, and the first thing you do is get the Shrikle. So, I mean, it is very much electric, and there is much boogaloo.
Wait.
I bet most of the time saves in Scrabania are going to be from running Ellum through places where he should not be. I now have the desire to see some of these speedruns and see what people are pulling off. I'd love to talk to the Mudokon and take a soul ring with me, but unfortunately, if I go past the next loading zone, I lose a soul ring, and then I have to backtrack to go and get the soul ring. And I've tried doing that before, and I'm pretty sure Ellum is despawned. Yep. The game doesn't want you to do that. Just run, Abe. Run, Abe. Run. Run. There we go. Okay. Scrabanian temple time. 3 secret passages, 8 trials, and a whole lot of pain. But funnily enough, I think... if I had a good no-life... a good no-life run... Don't sell your soul short, Marley. Alright. I have learned from my mistakes. Enter the next screen. And shoot from here. In fact, if I can... Perfect. Perfect. Surprisingly straightforward, that one. Whew. Okay. Oh, cool. Awesome. Yes, 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 yes. That felt good. That felt really good. This game never ceases to just, it scratches that itch of just really tense, exciting gameplay and fun. Every time. I love it. In the back of my mind, I'm just going through the motions of, ooh, I could do these things and try these things for speed runs, and I could play around with how I approach certain areas, and I could learn some really good strategies for this, that, and the other thing, and it's like, I've learned how to play the game comfortably for the last 20 odd years. The next step from here is learning how to play the game efficiently. So it's not that I don't know how to play the game, it's that there are new lessons to be learned. That's the joy of learning how to speedrun it. And that's kind of exciting. That's kind of exciting. No! No, no, no. I didn't walk far enough. Well, that's just rude. Well, that's just rude. Come on. Get your beak into gear. No, nah. I thought I had just enough space for it. I was wrong. Oh boy. Whew. He was not in a good mood. At all. Oh, getting used to doing these quickly. Trials are real time eaters. So it's just, given that each of the temples in my head feels like a half-hour investment each in itself, the idea of an any % run doing the whole game sub 38 minutes is nuts. I really want to see what that's like. But in my mind, even if you invested, say, 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes to each trial, that's 8 here, which is 16, and that's 6 at the other one, which is 12. Add those together, that's 28 minutes. Sub 38, really? Sub 38 for all of Abe's Oddysee, any %. Even just committing 2 minutes to each of the trials, worst case, that blows my mind. Bye. He wasn't happy about that. He was not happy about that at all. But yeah, even that, I didn't think there was necessarily anywhere I could have made it faster. That's where I'm kind of putting the big chunks of time of 2 minute blocks in my head. Just thinking if I gave it like 2 to 3 minutes per trial, like that's still 28 minutes that is dedicated to the temples on the inside. So how in the heck do you beat the rest of the game around that in 10 minutes? Alright, you and your noise. Go on, go on. They were incredibly polite with each other there. There was a distinct lack of dismemberment of Scrabs. Alright, let's just speed this part up. How did I know that was gonna happen? Oh my me. Oh, you're kidding me. I forgot to do the thing. He stopped! He stopped short! I forgot to hit the other lever, which is this one here, which does the other well up there. Oh, I'm a dinglepuss. He just stops. That's... Why does he just stop? It's breaking my brain. I have a rock, so I can make that easier as well. Surprisingly, rocks are very effective at sequence breaking in this game, and that is a thing I love about Abe's Oddysee. Ah! That doesn't count, that doesn't count. Yes! Awesome. Ah! They just require a lot of focus, and if you do a misstep, it throws the timing of it all off. And you would think that the Scrabs being less vicious in Abe's Oddysee compared to Abe's Exodus would make Abe's Oddysee a little easier to navigate Scrab-wise, but no. In fact, I've found, because of the fact that Scrabs hesitate to attack you in Abe's Oddysee, it can sometimes make them more dangerous because they're unpredictable. And that's what the secret passage is. Now, is this the running back and forth, or is this the horrible one? Oh! I like this. Oh. Dang it. Ah! Bye. I'm not even gonna bother with that until I've made sure I've got this part sorted. Yep, go through Abe, there we go. Let's try this again. I thought I could speed that up. I was incorrect. Bye! Thankfully, I know with absolute certainty, hoisting the second you get in is consistent and works every time. Thank you. Okay, one more. And then we're good to go. Hopefully, we can make this go swimmingly. Perfect. There we go. This just made life a lot easier. And this is a big deal because this now means, save for the one casualty that I had at the start of the game, 48 Mudokons. If this one life run was going considerably better than it has gone, we'd be in a really good place right now. And with that, awesome! Scrabanian temple done. But considering when I was, you know, tiny tot, I used to average, this is the point where I'd be getting 2 Monsaic lines 3 hours in. My ye oldie save files are like 8 hours long. There's no point using the chant trick here because the most efficient way of doing the nest is to just run. Dang! Nearly got it first try. I was feeling so confident in myself. Just because the timing of the swinging rocks is going to be tricky. There we go. We did it. Now to go blow stuff up in Monsaic lines. But yeah, in a perfect world, if I could have got to this spot without dying, that would be awesome. And I think that is feasible. I actually genuinely think that is feasible. I think it can be done. I don't think it can be done just yet, but I think it is doable.